Monday, and that means it's Mezcal Monday. And today we're taking a look at a brand new Mezcal brand. It's Dos Pasiones, right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting and review of a new Mezcal brand that's come out. And as you guys know, we've been just hitting on Mezcals on Monday. That's Mezcal Monday. And really kind of trying to expose people to more Mezcal brands. So, you're not stuck with the typical ones that you find in your grocery store or Bevmo or whatever that could be of lower quality. And last week we talked about Pensador, which was a great budget brand, and we're practically sold out of it on fermented still. So don't worry if you go to get some and it's sold out. We've ordered some more, so we will have it replenished here shortly. So, but it's becoming wildly popular, which is great. We love to see that. We love to see more and more people getting involved in mezcal. So today we kind of have a special show in that we're talking today about Dos Pasiones, which is two passions in English. And this is a fairly new, actually brand new mezcal brand to come. And of course, I've been interacting with the owner of the brand, who sent me samples to review and stuff. Really nice guy. And so I figured, what better way to talk about the brand and for you guys to learn about the brand than to bring him on to do that. So, fellow tequila peeps and agave lovers, please welcome to the screen the owner of Dos Pasiones. It is Miguel Martinez. Hey, Miguel.
Hey, Mark. Thank you. Thank you very much for the invite.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing your mezcal with us. We appreciate it.
Of course, of course. Thank you very much again to your audience for being agave spirits lovers, and that means a lot for us, and it is a pleasure to be on your show.
Well, thank you very much. It's a pleasure having you. We always love having the owners and allowing them to come in and to share, no pun intended, their passion, right? Their passion. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your agave journey and what made you decide you wanted to create your own mezcal brand and get into doing mezcal?
Okay, so it started with my father. It is the brand name is inspired by my dad's life, because when he was like a kid, he was 8 years old, and then he lost his father. And then when he was 12, he lost his older brother. So he had to be in charge of his family, which was his mom and younger brother. So an uncle started teaching him how to make mezcal. And during the nights, he was learning music at the same time. So those are his two passions. That's why the brand name, because he also, besides being master mezcalero, he also is a music teacher who's been teaching music all over Oaxaca for more than 50 years and making mezcal since 1943, which is more than 70 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's the name about his life, his passions, mezcal and music. Yeah.
So what made you decide you wanted to bring this into the United States and create a brand here with it?
I decided because I've been seeing that mezcal has been becoming very popular. Like it wasn't before, like 20 years ago, and now it's very popular. And since my dad's been making mezcal, and now my brothers inherited the knowledge of making good mezcal, and we decided to, as a family, to create a new brand, a family brand, family-owned brand, which it's very rare, I would say. Uh, so that's our journey. It started like 4 years ago, and we've been struggling to bring them the mezcal to the U.S. because some there's sometimes you meet people that only want to make it by the for the money,
Hmm.
but now I think like last year I met um, different people, the right people that's helped me, been helping me to bring the mezcal finally to the US after 3 4 years of struggling. So it's very exciting to have it here now.
Well, awesome. That's a great. And do you guys grow your own agave, or do you source it from the neighborhoods around your house? Or
No, it's all. So my dad's been planting maguey since the 50s. So every year he's been planting it, and now my brothers they are doing it the same. So they have agave every year, and also the wild agaves those grow around in the fields and mountains of our village.
Mhm.
So it's everything from just our village. We don't buy agave from any other place.
So where
So
what village is your Venata located in?
it's called Santa Maria Albarradas, Oaxaca, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. hmm So all the agave is from or my family or people from our village, which is um, the people who source their agaves to us or they sell it to us. But it's just from our village, a small village.
So
Yeah.
the village is being supported off this mezcal brand, huh?
Oh yeah. They are. That's our goal to grow more and help more the entire, if it's possible, the entire village. So now they're helping like 5 6 families because we just started,
Mhm.
and then hopefully in the coming years we're gonna help more more a lot to them.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your production methods and what you guys use?
Yeah, what the with the espadin, it's like they plant it and they use it after 5 or 8 years, depending. Because, like I always say, that the agaves are like us. Some of them mature at 5 years, and some of them until 8. Like when some people in his 40s haven't matured, and it's like that. And with the Tobala, it takes like between 8 to 12 years to grow, and then they go to the mountains to harvest it. In the case of the Tepeztate, it takes like between 13 20 years to be ready, and that's the way to harvest. And then they cook under an conical earthen pit,
Mhm.
and they leave it like for like 4 or 5 days to cook, and after that they use the tahona to smash it, and then ferment it by itself in wooden vats.
Mhm.
They just add spring water, and then when it's ready they start distilling it. So it's basically just using agave and water.
And you use copper
That's
pot still for it,
Yeah,
or
and copper pot stills,
okay.
yes. And then
So
they distill it twice.
so these are all artisanal then, artisanal
Yeah,
mezcals.
yeah, it is. They are
Oh,
all
excellent.
artistic.
All right, why not wait, let's not waste any more time. Let's dive into some of these and taste them. So I'm going to pull out the Espadin first.
All right.
So the Espadin is 45% alcohol by
Yeah.
volume or 90 proof.
hmm
And let's see if we can taste the passion in these, which I love, if we can.
Yeah,
So what kind of
you will.
instrument does your dad play?
He plays several instruments. He started with the clarinet, and then as he was growing, he started learning trumpet, saxophone, most of them. Then he started teaching and directing uh, philharmonic bands in different villages from of Oaxaca, and on our village, all the people that knows music is because of him, and there's people that is making their living through music, thanks to him. And what more I'm proud of say is that my dad never charged
Oh,
in our village to
that's
teach
awesome.
them.
So if we
Yeah.
come visit your Palenque, we all can sit around and have a jam session then when we're there.
Sure, for sure. Yeah.
All
Yeah, and
right.
he's until his 90s now. But now my brothers are in charge now. He's just checking them out.
Okay, watch supervises.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So looking at this on the glass, it coats the glass beautifully. It's got nice legs and tiers to it. You can see the legs and tiers there on it. Looking at the mezcal itself, crystal clear, little shimmers of silver in it. It looks beautiful. Looks like it's got a nice oily, viscous mouthfeel to it, which we love. On the nose, definitely a nice fruitiness that's typical for Espadin. I'm not picking up a lot of smoke, if any. So for those of you that are worried about smoke, that are tequila drinkers that are watching, I'm not picking up any smoke on it. But it's more of a tropical fruit kind of nose to it, which is really nice, and maybe a little bit of tartness, like from a tart citrus, like a lime or even like grapefruit. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Coats the mouth beautifully. You get that really nice cooked agave note in the beginning, which is kind of like a sweet cinnamon flavor, and then you just get bombarded with some beautiful fruit. A little bit of a bitterness, like from anise, like black licorice bitterness mixed in. It kind of balances the flavor profile out. But this is a really enjoyable Espadin. This is really good. It doesn't
Thank
taste
you.
like it's 90 proof either. It doesn't.
Yeah.
That's really good. I enjoy that. I can definitely enjoy this. Sipping, it would be great for making cocktails as well. But I could definitely enjoy a good stogie with this, sitting in the backyard and enjoying the weather outside. So we're gonna order some of these for ferment and still for those of you that are interested. An estimated price on it, we're still waiting to see what the final landed price and stuff is, but we're looking at about $59.99 for the Espadin. So it could be a little bit more or a little bit less. So we'll see once the price lands, but estimated price could be around $59.99, which isn't bad for a 90 proof Espadin. So what do you think about the Espadin as far as your taste and stuff?
I think that like there's like a kind of like on the nose like almonds, a little bit of herbs, and then on the taste it's more like a grapefruit or minerals, and it's very it's kind of creamy a little bit, and yeah, that's I'm not an expert on that kind of stuff, but I'm learning.
Yeah, I
And
think it's very enjoyable.
yeah, thank you. So also the our village is like kind of microclimate
Microclimate.
climate, yeah. And then there's like red soil, black soil, gray soil, which makes it like very special because sometimes it combines the flavors of the soil.
So sometimes it's a lot more mineral from the iron-rich
Yeah,
red soil, and it's different from when it's into different soil. That's cool.
yeah.
That was really good. I definitely will be enjoying this bottle. Thank you.
All right.
All right, so next we're gonna do one of my favorite agave, which which is the Tobala. I love a good Tobala. And I do know that these are wild, and you know they grow up at high altitudes, kind of like what are those things called? I'm trying to remember that. I'm drawing a blank on it right now. The things that pigs dig up in the ground. Truffles. Sorry, truffles. So they're kind of like truffles in that they grow under trees. Up at high altitude, and they're smaller plant, but also they're wild. Do you guys cultivate at all? Do you let some of them go to Quixote and seed them?
My brother started last year doing that, and we'll see what happens, because like in our village, they have lands, but when you go and harvest, they just give you once a year to do it, and it's not like we have to collect a lot of agaves in order to make a batch. So that's what makes it very special, because it's from the mountains, nothing harvested. And then since it's they are very small, and they are in the mountains, you have to carry them sometimes on your back or with donkeys to take them where the car can get. So, and I wanted to explain you a little bit about the logo. I don't know if you can show it to your audience, like all the piñas. I don't know if you have noticed, are different. It's the image of the piña when it's shaped.
Oh, look at that! So this is the Tepeztate right here. And then this is the Tobala.
Yeah, it's different as well, the Espadin. And then on the logo also, sorry, it is for those who know music, the O in those is a whole note.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't recognize that before.
That's the
very clever.
Mezcal and music. Yeah, thank you.
And there's the Espadin Pina.
Yeah, and maybe in a few months we can bring the Javali, because my brother also produces Javali, also ensembles. But for now we just have these three different.
Well, you have to send me a Javali sample so I can tell everybody about it. I love a good Javali. Did you guys have issues with it, with trying to keep it from blowing up your still with all the foam and everything that those produce? Or
my brother knows how to produce it, how to make it, and he's very knowledgeable about it.
All right, cool. So I like that this stays in the family. So you guys, when you do buy bottles of this, you're supporting the family directly, which is great. So everyone I know is really concerned about supporting the makers, the mezcaleros, and their families and stuff. By buying this brand, he's here in Los Angeles. Miguel is. This is his family stuff, and then he sends all the money back to his family and to the people in the village in Oaxaca. So there, it coats the glass beautifully. It looks nice, nice and viscous, oily on the mouthfeel, and then looking at the mezcal is crystal clear again. Looks beautiful. All right, so let's see what we get on the nose on this. It's definitely on the fruity side. There is a hint of earthiness in it as well, along the lines of leather. I'm picking up on it. And then on the fruit, it's citrus, kind of like grapefruit. I'm getting some mintiness coming through on it too, a little hint of mint. But it smells really good, and it's almost giving me It's almost giving me a bubblegum-esque kind of note from it. So it's got the fruit notes that I really kind of love to see in a nice Tobala. All right, so let's see what we get on the flavor notes.
All right.
Coats the mouth beautifully. Definitely starts off with that's kind of a cinnamon. And then it gets into a soft fruit, kind of a sweet, soft fruit like a pear or plum. And then it gets into some citrus. I get some orange in there, a little hint of grapefruit. And even like a raspberry, there's like a raspberry note in there as well.
Yeah.
That's really nice. I like this Tobala a lot. It's 46% alcohol by volume, so, but it doesn't taste like it at all. It's really, really easy to drink. It doesn't burn. You don't get a lot of alcohol in the nose. You don't get a lot of alcohol burn when you're drinking it. It's very easy to drink. This could be dangerous for me.
It's very tasty.
It is very tasty. I could definitely enjoy this out in the backyard with a good stogie, and I could probably drink a lot of it before I realized what I've done. So, and then I'd be extremely borracho, right?
Yeah. So it is like other. So since it's the same method that my brother is using, the same method that my dad's been using for more than 70 years, like it's the same. They don't do different things. It is like the real mezcal. It's not like we were looking for the best mezcal in Oaxaca, like other brands maybe say. It is a mezcal that's been there for years, and finally it's here to share with mezcal lovers.
So when people went to your house to hang out with your father and your brothers and stuff, and they pulled out the mezcal, this is what they were drinking, right?
Yeah.
So my dad, which one is your father's favorite? Which one does he like the most?
The Tobala.
The Tobala? This one. Yeah.
That's favorite. Yeah. Yeah, like when he used to play and go to village just to help different bands. He always used to carry his instrument and his bottle of mezcal, always sharing it with everybody. And
that's what mezcal's all about, right? It's about sharing it with friends, right?
Yeah, it is. And I remember him when I was little. He was working in the fields, planting maguey, corn, and everything, and beans, whatever. And then when he came back, he always poured a glass of mezcal. And drink it before eating, and then he always said that it opens your appetite, and so he always drank mezcal. I never saw him drinking beer or other alcohol. It was only mezcal, and I didn't understand at the time, saying like, because if you were drinking beer, you were cool, because mezcal wasn't really appreciated at that time. And he and his friends, older friends, they always drank mezcal. They say that they didn't like beer, and now I understand them.
Yeah, there's so much more to offer in a mezcal than there is in a beer, But beer is kind of a good, like some people will drink mezcal and have a beer with it, which I've done with tequila as well. But I typically, this is normally my drink of choice is either a mezcal or tequila. And I enjoy, stogies, cigars with it. That's kind of like what I do. 'Cause I'm just a big fan of having a good cigar with a good mezcal or good tequila. And I think it opens up, people go, well, you're just knocking out all the flavors and stuff with the cigar smoke, but I don't see that. I see that I think I pick up more flavors and stuff when I'm enjoying a cigar with a nice mezcal or tequila. And I know a lot
And
of producers smoke too. So it's like, when I'm out there talking to them, I was smoking cigarettes or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, these guys are smoking too. So what does it matter? Am I right?
yes, you are.
All right. So let's check out the last one. And that is a Tepeztate, which I do love a good Tepeztate as well. All of these are pretty much kind of fruity flavor profiles, is what I found. I mean, do you find that to be the kind of the same?
Yeah, and the top of the like kind of peppery, and with like you said, raspberry on the nose, and then kind of spicy on the flavor with citrus, like you said, and it's very very tasty.
Yeah. All right, so
Yeah.
let's see what we get on the Tepeztate. Looking at this in the glass, it's got beautiful legs again, nice oily. Look at the legs tears starting to form on that. You almost start salivating just looking at these at the legs and tears there forming. And then looking at the mezcal, it is crystal clear, looks beautiful in the glass. Nothing wrong with that at all. It's almost like agave porn. On the nose, this one's also a fruity on the nose. More of like, this one's more of like a roasted pineapple on this. So I'm definitely picking up some of that like super sweet fruit, like a good pineapple is, with a little bit of tartness mixed in. It's singing pineapple to me. This reminds me of when I go to Hawaii with my family. It smells really good. I'm picking up a hint of cherry on this one as well. So kind of that sweet berry note to it. And a little hint of banana in there as well. It smells really good. I mean, really fruity. It's like a nice fruit salad. I'm not getting any smoke on this either. So let's see what we get on the flavor profile. Oh yeah, that's really good. Coats the mouth beautifully. It's like a bunch of really ripe, sweet fruit in your mouth. I'm definitely picking up some pineapple-esque kind of notes, maybe even a little mango-ish on the flavor profile. I'm getting definitely some banana in there, and then some like raspberries and blackberry kind of notes as well. So this one's very, very fruity, and I love it. It's great. This is really good. I could enjoy this one. I think I could give my wife a taste of this, and she would actually go, I like that, which is very rare for my wife to like a mezcal. But I think she would actually enjoy this one.
You should try.
I will give her some later but I'm sure she'll go, oh, I like that. The Tepeztate is beautiful. Congratulations. All three of them were really good. I really enjoyed them.
Thank you, Mark. That's
So you guys, if I had to rate these on the agave scale, like I like to do, I would give them a straight 4 agave across the board. I'd recommend them. Definitely something I'll keep on my shelf and enjoy. They're really tasty mezcals. The price on the Tobala, we're looking at around $89.99 is the estimated price that'll be on ferment and still. And for the Tepeztate, since that's longer agave and stuff, the price on that was a little higher. So that one's going to be $99.99 is the estimated retail price that we'll see on ferment and still. I'm still waiting to see on what it lands and what price we come up with off the invoices, but that's estimated price on what they'll be selling for on ferment and still. So any other information that you want to add, Miguel, before we open it up for questions from our members?
I just wanted to tell everybody that the production method is like clean. We don't use anything other than water and agave, and then the reason that you don't find like smokiness on it is because it's well cooked. my brother, my family knows how to cook. They've been doing this for so many years that they know how to cook the agaves, because sometimes this the smoke comes because it's not well cooked. Sometimes it's overcooked or not well cooked. Also, there there maybe mezcales or uh, pro. Sorry, my English is not very well.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, that the people that use different stuff for produce more quantity instead of quality. So it is a if they gonna get this mezcal, they gonna enjoy it, and it's very well made, and also they gonna benefit our family first and our village also in the future, hopefully.
Yeah, that's great. I think that's awesome thing that when you can support a village and support a family and stuff, that support the mezcaleros instead of putting it in the pockets of the big businesses here that are that are buying it. Now, one of the things too, on top of what Miguel just said too, I was actually told by some mezcaleros and stuff that I know that if you get a lot of smoke in a mezcal, that's actually a production flaw, and it means they're doing something wrong in the production process. You shouldn't taste any smoke at all. Agave should be king, and in all three of these, there definitely was agave was the king, and all three of them were uniquely different in their flavor profiles, which was really great to see as well. So, this is a really enjoyable brand, you guys, and I hope some of you will pick some up and try it. And if you do, comment on this video afterwards posted and let me know what you think about it. And if you agree with my tasting notes, sometimes people do, sometimes they don't, which is perfectly fine. So, all right, let's open it up for questions and stuff from our members and see what we got going on. Hey, Monday's here. Salute, Shaman. Glad you can make it. Tony, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you. Love of Mezcal says, one of my favorites too. Tobala is such a beautiful plant. It is a beautiful plant. It's a beautiful agave, and it has some beautiful flavors. It's between that and Habali, they are two of my favorites, and I always seem to go back to both. Are you planning on doing any other agaves besides Habali moving forward? What else is kind of in the works?
I think it will be like ensembles, because those are the only agaves that grow in our village. It grows like the ones that are called cereal, but it's very small quantity. So maybe in the future, yes, but it's more like ensembles.
Ensembles. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Shannon wants to know: have you worked through
Oh,
the
sorry.
mezcal making process with your brothers and family? And it looks like hard work.
Yes, I did. When I was in our village, I did. I used to work with my dad. I saw him how he worked, going with them, because I was like maybe 8 years old, and seeing him how to put the piñas and the donkeys and all this stuff, and carry everything to the palenque, and staying there for weeks, making mezcal. And also I did one with my brothers. I helped them sometimes, and it is very hard. It is. So I have a little bit of experience as well.
That's awesome. That's great. Yeah, it's always good to know the processes, and so you can speak about it. So how long have you been here in the United States?
About 20 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was it that you did before you decided to get into the mezcal brand here?
Um, I was working here and there, like different kind of jobs. I have my job, my day job now still, but that has helped me to have time to do something with the brand. And yeah, so different kinds of jobs: the restaurants, gardening, construction, a little bit of everything.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, any other questions for Miguel or about the brand? You guys post your questions. Let's see what if there's any other questions to come up. I think between the three of them, I think my favorite is probably this Tepeztate. Really, I mean, it's really good. Although I do love a good Tobala, I think the Tepeztate really shines here. I really love the flavor profile on that, so I'm going to pour myself a little bit more. So Shaman wants to know what agave expression is your favorite, and what are the flavors you like to find in a good mezcal?
Um, all of them are my favorite, depending on the mood. You know, sometimes a good espadin is great for me. It's uh, the flavor, like I said, a little bit of fruit on them or herbs. And what I most like about them, it's like they're not smoky and they don't burn. You know, when your throat once the flavor lasts on your mouth. So it is what I like about the mezcal. And then I've been drinking mezcal for quite a few years since I was young. So I always know when it's a good mezcal.
So the love of mezcal says family owned, locally grown maguey, all good things we like and brands. Looking forward to trying this one. Okay, great. We
Great.
hope you do
Thank
support
you.
the brand, and I'm sure Miguel is looking forward to people supporting the brand and supporting his family.
Yeah.
Shaman liked your answer. He said it was a good answer. So you're scoring
Thank you.
major points here with the viewers, which is great. I love that it supports a family and a village together. I love that the family member is the one that's here in the United States marketing it and selling it, and that's one of the reasons why we picked it up for Ferment and Still, because we're about supporting the small brands and making them available to people, so people can buy them and support these guys because they don't have the budgets to try to compete with the big guys, out there like the Cuervos and stuff, doing their 400 Canejos and everything. So yeah, and this is a far better mezcal than anything any of those mass producers could make anyways. So you definitely could taste the passion in this. I know probably after a couple more glasses I'll probably be singing as well. So so the music and the mezcal part will definitely come together. So the love of
Yeah,
mezcal is a question they want to know: is the mezcal adjusted with water or puntas and colas?
it's adjusted with uh, waters because colas sometimes it damages the mezcal when you are adjusting it, and then because all the mezcal goes to be tested before for methanol and all this stuff, so
Yeah,
it
and
has to pass the test.
there's more
And yeah,
methanol in the colas. Yeah.
yeah, so that's the reason how they do it, but it doesn't affect the flavor at all.
So
Yeah, that's how.
the colas also can introduce off flavors from
Yeah, yeah.
which is probably what you guys are trying to avoid. So what do you when you guys distill it? What ABV do you guys distill it at?
Like around 50, because like the way that we do it, or my brother, my family do it, is like they distill the first distillation. They separate the puntas, and then the second the the body, and then the colas, and then the second distillation they put the body again together with the colas, which is not really the colas because the colas comes after the second
After
distillation.
second, right?
Yeah, so that's how they when the second distillation happens, the first puntas are like 80, 90 maybe or more. And then they say that the body, or how we call it, tercera. Tercera means third. That's the one, and then they adjust with the puntas, the tercera, and the fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever it's coming out. That's the way that they do it. They've been doing it.
So coming out at 50%, you're only adjusting it like a 5%. So it's not like there's a whole lot of water going into it either.
Yeah, no. It's just a little bit of water. Yeah. They don't use a lot of water. Just, and then the reason that the mezcal tasted like that is also because it's spring water. A lot of producers are located next to rivers, and it's very different than where we are located. We use spring water, and then that's all we have. And then in our village, the water, there's different spots where the water comes from earth, and then we use those kind of waters for the palenque, for the production.
So it's more mineral rich water coming out of the springs. Yeah. You definitely can taste the minerality in these. So it definitely, I think, causes the flavors to really pop when you have the extra minerals in the water, which I think is really good. So Shaman says that looking forward to trying these mezcals and supporting a family-owned brand. Thank you for spending some time with us tonight. Yes, definitely. Thank you for your time, Miguel.
Thank you, Shaman. Thank you very much, and I'm sure that you're gonna like them.
Well, he said may have mentioned this, but is well water or spring water used? So he did say it was spring water.
Yeah.
So that
it's all natural.
All natural, right out of the natural spring that comes from their around their palenque. All right. Any other questions for Miguel? Post them really quick. Well, Miguel, again, thank you so much for spending your time and sharing your passion with us with this mezcal brand. I look forward to having some other people, some of the viewers here, try it and share their thoughts. So make sure you watch the comments on this video once it's posted up on YouTube.
Sure, I will.
And I'm sure that people will share their comments with you, and I think they'll enjoy what they have.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Thank you very, very much for the invite again. And if the followers can check our Instagram, it's Dos Pasiones Mezcal, and also we have our website, which is dospasionesmezcal.com, and we have some videos on YouTube as well under Dos Pasiones Mezcal, so you can learn a little bit more about us, about our family, about my dad, my brother, and how do they produce mezcal and the ways they used to do it. So thank you very much. I really appreciate it, and thank you everybody for your questions. I hope I answered well, and also sorry that my English is not very good.
Oh, it's okay. Don't worry about that. We all understand exactly what you're saying, so don't worry about that at all. All right, you guys. Well, I think that's going to be it for tonight. Thank you for stopping by and learning about Dos Pasiones Mezcal with us, with owner Miguel Martinez and myself, the Tequila Hombre. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad mezcal or tequila. So keep watching the channel here. Try some of the brands I recommend, and you'll be in good shape. All right, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday for Q&A with the Hombre. Salud. Oh, Eric says, thank you, that this was great. May you know only success. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric.
All right. Bye, guys. Bye, Miguel. Thank you.